Hello everyone, I'm Luca Dupa, and we're jumping back into Call of Cthulhu. We just left off talking to the harbor master and getting an initial lay of the land of Darkwater and its inhabitants and getting to know different personalities.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters, you're crazy.
That's pretty much the same conversation they had earlier. So we're going to try to make our way towards Warehouse 36 that people had mentioned before, epicenter of the weirdness that's going on this island.
You live here?
This first.
Why did you do that, huh? We saw what you did to St. Brendan. Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the navigator. He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty. There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue. Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us. What brings you to Darkwater?
These guys are super drunk.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly? You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do. St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat. It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Oh, so you're homeless.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here. Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here. So we drink.
The two guys
The little
behind
reticle is
what are they
acting
guarding?
weird.
The bootleggers. Scum. They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder? They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors. If only they would kill each
I bet you that chick's cat.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Oh, hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing. Nothing at all.
Alright, well,
I've taken
y'all
enough of
have
your
at
time.
it.
We'll see you later.
I'm going to just... That served no purpose other than... Well, I guess I did learn about Cat.
Who's this guy? No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I don't think I'm going to get away with that.
What happened to the statue of St. Brendan? Dreadful.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors.
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
Alright, so...
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes.
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
What are you guarding, exactly?
Listen, bonehead, we already told you that we're guarding our boss's turf.
What makes you think these guys are just going to talk about this? That's definitely not going to work.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
Alright, let's find a different path and also check out this statue that they're talking about. See if anyone else can't talk to, and maybe they can help us. He's fishing.
There. Hello, old friend.
Oh, bottle of liquor. I don't see how that's going to help, but alright. I don't know how to put the lighter away either. I really hope it's not limited, like a limited resource.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Is there any way to get rid of that? Okay. Can I jump up? No, I can't. Nothing in the cage either.
Where do you think you're going?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
I'd like to know more about the Hawkins case.
I don't think so.
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
Don't aggravate me.
I should have gone with the special option. Damn it. I'm still trying to figure out how this game operates.
I'm not here to hinder your work, officer. Edward Pierce, private detective.
Sorry, we're all a little on edge today. What are you doing here?
I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
Darn it. Why do you want to drag up all that stuff again?
My investigation has led me to this warehouse.
That case was closed months ago.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Alright. Did not help me at all. You know what? I can show the whiskey and be like, yeah, maybe she did. Oh, but you know what? Who's a smarty? I'm a smarty.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
I'm going to go the other way, see if those guys have gotten out of the way so I can actually go around the backside. And it looks like they did. Awesome. And I cannot go through that back door. It's really dark.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
I shall take my leave.
All right.
It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
Got to get up there. Man, this game is dark.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating, but it's been completely taken to bits. There must be some spare parts amid all this clutter. A ratchet device. Exactly what I need.
Can I not take the handle off this?
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
Is this everything I need? Mount cogwheel first. Ratchet. Still need a handle. Aha, mother trucker.
This handle
Trying to
would be
hide from
perfect
me.
for the winch.
All right.
Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle.
Cool. Let's get in there. Gotta love the green glow. It's probably totally healthy for me. I don't see this being a bad option.
Smoke. It's coming from this oil. Smells harmless, but should I beware of psychotropic effects?
Psychotropic effects. Can I pick that up? That would be super useful. Oh, someone's actually... Am I... Okay, that was actually really scary. All right. Let's get out of here.
This is primitive.
This is the second time occultism could have really come in handy. Where am I? I feel like there was also a branching path that I kind of didn't go
this
through.
This place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
To recon. Do I need to gather evidence first? Cool.
Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
I really should have put points into occultism. I'm really regretting that right now.
It smells as bad as it looks.
Yeah.
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? Can't sleep. I know how that feels. Le Petit Parisien. Who might keep a news clipping about Sarah Hawkins? What happened here?
Nice butt.
What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here?
Now can I recreate? And let me see if I have enough points. Oh no, occultism is as you go. Why didn't I think that a story about, or a story by H.P. Lovecraft wouldn't be full of occultism?
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! Detective Pierce. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Yeah, not threatening a police officer.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain
That's a
what
Sherlock
this
Holmes
painting is
reference.
doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene. Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose.
Oh, what can you say? I'm just that good.
Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why you?
That's just
Come
rude.
on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Okay, the voice acting has been actually
Look
pretty
behind you,
good
at the top of the
throughout the
ridge.
entire game, except for her. Her voice acting is
You see the building?
pretty damn bad.
That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Again, I don't want to judge the game because it's been actually really great thus far, but I can't overlook that one. I feel like I missed some secrets too, dang it. I didn't know that was going to end the way it did. I feel like there's more to explore in the caves than I didn't explore in the caves. Fudge. I thought the water was going to be like the alternate path.
Well, here we are, Hawkins mansion.
Nice. Definitely not
The
haunted.
place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
Oh, I got a lot of questions, dog. Don't worry.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around, it would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
Stop asking me if I have questions. I definitely do have
You're
questions.
the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
You know what? The corrupt cop trope is so overused that, like, it's kind of refreshing that, you know, it's like, even back in this day, especially like when it talks about like cops way back in the day, that they're like, they want to right a wrong and not
And I want to
just
be able to see.
stereotypically throw stuff under
I'll
the
go
rug.
with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Oh shoot, was that the last thing I was going to ask him? Well, I guess it is now. I should really start paying attention to what I'm doing. Damn. I used to actually know the name of the style of architecture that building's at because of, you know, that is always in movies, and I was always interested by these like those I don't think it's Victorian, but those Victorian looking haunted houses. I mean, shoot, you see it in everything from like Scooby-Doo all the way like Beetlejuice. I don't know how I got those two mixed up. Investigate.
Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary and steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing, let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her.
Maybe Silas did it.
Poor kid.
Okay, that's a great commentary on him. Can I please have one of these damn lamps? Like, shit. Alright. Are you ready to go, buddy? Buddy, old pal? Okay, I guess he's just gonna leave me. Anything?
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined.
1693.
But the architecture seems too recent.
Dang. Also, just to make sure, that's the grave site. Is this where we came from? Sorry. So there was more to explore over here. Figurine of a whale carved from wood. A sort of toy sailors made for their children. Silas was probably a child of a... And they're kind of playing him out to be... Oh, that's a really pretty view. You know, these games... Whoever was behind the design of this game really knocked it out of the park. But they're playing up this caretaker to be like a bit of a simpleton. Like he has mental problems. I mean, obviously they're going to give me little breadcrumbs to imply that maybe he was behind the fire, but with Cthulhu and occultism being involved, I highly doubt it's that simple. In fact, that would probably be a disappointing way to actually come up with a story.
I'll have to find another entrance.
Is there anything? No. Does he say anything about the tree? Keep expecting something to be on one of these tables.
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! Whoa! You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you?
Okay, so he's not a simpleton like I thought he would.
Dump them into the ocean!
Whoa. You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. And let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
I didn't put anything into strength.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor.
I did
the
put
memory
money
of the
or
deceased.
points into
That's true.
psychiatry.
I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are.
Yeah, that worked.
Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No,
Yeah, all this
I
does
can't
not
let you
feel
in.
worth
The mansion
the
is
reputation of a dead person at
That's
this
why
point, to
you
be honest.
barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
The sooner I carry out my investigation, the sooner I wrap up the case and return to Boston. After which, you'll never hear of me again.
I like the sound of that, but I have a better idea. You leave right now, and you never come back.
Silas! Pierce! In God's name, what are you doing?
Officer Bradley, this hood was trying to break into the mansion.
Do something, Bradley, or this story will have a nasty ending.
I vouch for him, Silas. He's working with us. We have reason to believe that someone entered the mansion and stole some paintings.
Impossible. I would have seen it.
Better safe than sorry. Now let us in. I promise to keep an eye on this one.
Okay, then. I'll leave the key with you. You could have told me that earlier, Sonny.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
I guess there's a... I'm going to keep exploring. Y'all do y'all's thing. I know I'm supposed to go that way, but...
This gate is locked.
Anything? Nothing. But I would have to say, for an investigative type game, I have to say, the pacing's actually really nice, and the ambiance and the setup is actually really well done. And I know I'm nitpicking more than I said I would on some things. The voice acting, that was a bit unforgivable. But yeah, that was just really bad. But I do have to really, really appreciate what the mood and the setting that they're able to pull off. I guess this is Silas's hut.
Bourbon. Empty, of course.
Alright, so give me a little ramp. was weird.
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes. I know a thing or two about solitude myself.
What was the point of going back here? There was nothing to do back here. Alright, Alright, well, I'm going to give up for now. I don't believe there's anything that will really assist me out here, so maybe I come back out here in the near future.
Piers, shall we enter? Now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you. Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
God, is that a squid?
What kind of meat is this?
Not meat I'd eat.
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
Alright, what am I missing? Because I'm missing something obvious. I can never tell. Nope. Come on. I'm not that big of a fool, am I?
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor.
How did I miss that?
Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Hey, Piers. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door. Silas managed to bring the fire under control, but it was already too late for the Hawkins.
Charles and Sarah's wedding, as painted by Sarah herself. Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
Anything on the back? There, come on, there's always stuff written on the back of photographs.
Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way. Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
Can I? I have 6 points available, so what?
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? They had a fight. Why? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? Did someone escape the fire? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
I think I did that awfully fast.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I'm not saying that. I'm trying to keep this guy on my side as much as possible.
Much of this evidence simply contradicts the investigation's findings.
Really? Tell me about it.
It would seem at least one person fled the crime scene.
What'd you say?
That mark on the door. Someone's hand slid down there. The left side has no mark. The door was open and that someone left.
For God's sake. I mean, if it's Charles or Sarah, they wouldn't have left their son.
They would rather die in the flames as a family instead of calling for help? I don't buy it.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe I can use all...
I can tell where young Simon was, but not his parents. Where were their bodies found?
I can't help you on that one. Charles and Sarah's bodies had already been carried away when I got here.
Without your authorization. By whom?
Marshall, Andrews, Chief West. We never deal with cases like that, you know. So... well...
I found a bottle of whiskey. Empty.
Well, that must have been a loss for you.
No glass. I suspect one of them drank heavily to calm down. Charles, most probably.
That's pretty thin. Who says that bottle hadn't been there for a while?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
Back for that door. History of medicine, okay. Make sure I didn't miss anything else. Check out where I'm at with 26%.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person.
Oh, there's a conveniently placed letter that I can't investigate.
The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. This door is blocked from the outside.
Alright, I'm going to go back to that door before I explore elsewhere.
This door is locked.
Oh. Awesome. Should just check that from the beginning. Alright, upstairs we go. Unless I'm missing something that can be investigated. Like painting. Okay, I guess we're not going to go upstairs.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818. Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess. This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music. This place was falling apart long before the fire. A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
Hey. Geez, only 28%. What do I gotta do to get that up? That's not what she said either. Alright, let's go upstairs. "20,000 Leagues Under the Sea." Another story about the mysteries of the deep. What the hell?
There's something disturbing about this painting.
Yeah. I'd say so.
A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692. Like a book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century.
It's hard to tell what is interactable and what isn't.
Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla. What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Alright. You can pause and read that if you want to. Can I? Alright. Appears I cannot fall down there. Can I not inspect the blood streaks? Like, that seems super important.
Locked.
Oh,
The boys' room.
We found the kids' room.
A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world? Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed.
All right.
Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family?
Damn. It's had some pretty hardcore nightmares.
What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
All right. But that's all the time I have for this one. If you want to join me on Twitch at twitch.tv/LucaDupa, I will be streaming there most weekdays from... I just realized Cthulhu's in the background of this photo. Anyways, sorry, ADD kicked in. I'll be streaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/LucaDupa. If you guys want to join me, I'm going to be on there at usually around 6 p.m. Central U.S. time zone. But until then, y'all have a awesome day. Bye-bye.